Tom Clark's Main Event is a Boink Studios production. And now, on with the show.
This is Daddy's show. Step off.
Hey, what is up? Welcome back to the program, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tom Clark, and this is Tom Clark's Main Event. What's up, kids? Did you see me? I clicked the thing, and I meant to click the other thing, and I'm like sitting here just kind of stoic, very stoic. Oops. Technology, Jack. Remember one thing. If you're live, it's never an accident. I totally meant to do that. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the program. This right here is Tom Clark's Main Event, my man. And this is episode, check it out, 225. We're 25 weeks removed from the anniversary celebration of our 200th episode. I'm going to maybe start doing that all the time. I won't really do it all the time. It's all good. Let's get some branding up here, kids, if we could. Let's find out where's the brand at. Come on. Bam, there it is. There I be. What's up, everybody? There's a bunch of you here. Before I start saying hello, hit the big thumbs up for me. It's a blue circle with a big white thumbs up. Just hit it. And if you want to give me one of those little heart things too, have it that as well. It's fun stuff. It doesn't put any money in my pocket. However, it means loads to me. Whoever clicks it the most gets a cookie. I got a bunch of them. Just waiting to send them out. Sandy, if you're not first in line, I'm shocked. Everyone tell Sandy in Germany, hello. Sandy, you're my man. Christopher Sims, what's up? Guten Tag, Sandy. Yes, sir. Elvis Martinez, Ryan Buchanan, Sugar Shane, Jumpin' Jeff Sharma. There's your new nickname, man. Hope you like it. Sandy says the Germans are always on time. That's very good. I like that. Man, Shannon, doesn't it suck that I gave Shane the Sugar Shane? You could have been Sugar Shannon. I'll come up with something. A soundbite Shannon works. It's just a bit wordy. Double V, Victor Vasquez. Hey, man, what's up? I continue to enjoy your Facebook post, my friend. Tag. Everyone say hello to Tag. Mr. Troy Anthony Grant. Listen, Troy, next week, next Friday, a week from today, Phil and I will be here on the Main Event doing the WWE Backlash preview show. If you're not doing anything, Tag, from now on your Tag, you should totally come on and tell Mr. Luft to come as well. I'll message you guys later. I just haven't thought to talk to you yet. Hope you're doing well. That's me live inviting co-hosts to come join me on the show. It'll be fun. Next week, we'll do the Four Horsemen gimmick again. I screenshot that pic because I love it so much, and I've saved it. I'm such a freaking nerd. I can't help it. We're going to have to update that eventually, man, because Troy is getting in shape, yo. Troy's pulling a big show. Or like Troy was at one time, a little on the, I don't want to say plump. Hey, listen, man. Holler at your boy right here. I was 256 last October. I'm 197 right now, baby. I'm just saying. I'm ready to make a splash on 205 Live. I'm just saying. I'm cruiserweight now. So I feel that. Yeah, man. Message me after the show, man. Let's hook it up. Chad, what's up, brother? How are you? Elvis says it's Evolution Day. Oh, my God. She says, glad you're back. Oh, my God. Yes, Chris. I posted a few different times today that we went an hour later than usual. What's up, Ray? Ray said, man, you could have been Sugar Ray. That'd have been great. Shane got it first. Sorry. Thank you, man. We did. Ray's already buttered me up. Said you look 16. You and Sandy going to have to fight it out for who's my favorite fan here, man. We'll get there, my man. Ryan's asking about Blood and Guts. We'll get there. Cameron, my friend, Cam on the move. He's driving across Canada. Cameron, be safe, my friend. Everyone, please tell Cameron to drive safe. Mind the snow. Mind the elk. What's up there? Like, what's up there? I'm so ignorant when it comes to animals. Polar bears? I'm just teasing. Be safe, Cameron. I continue to be extraordinarily humbled and amazingly impressed by the lengths of which people will go to listen to my show. Listen, my audience is minuscule compared to a lot of other guys in this field. I value each and every person that listens and watches this show. And I mean that sincerely. I truly, truly do. Cameron, you're my man. Thank you, my friend. You're awesome. Danny says, let's talk some wrestling. Yes, sir. That's what we're here for, my friend. Sandy says, I'm looking 24. He's trying. All right. So Cameron says, I do have polar bears where they live. Brother, you can have them. I don't want them. We got real bears in here. I don't want them either. I'm just saying. Mind their business, and I'll mind mine, right? Lance says, did I hear Tokyo? No, shut up. Is it really? Tokyo Dome show is postponed. Everyone check out Dudes at Ringside Wrestling Podcast. Lance is the co-host of that show. Lance is good people. Lance, I did not, dude, I've got so much to catch up on. I've not watched Shingo and Ospreay yet. Don't anyone make fun of me. I so want to watch it. I'm going to get to it hopefully today. I've had an insanely busy week since I got back from vacation. Yeah. Mark says, do you see Ospreay's promo on Twitter saying Okada talked to the Japanese government to postpone? No, but that's awesome. That's awesome. Shane wants to be insane Shane. Oh, that's okay. You're Sugar Shane. Once I get stuck on a name, I'm stuck with it. You're stuck with it. How about that? Chris says he was once 350, now 220. Go, Chris, man. You're the man, dude. Awesome. Very, very cool. Oh, everyone say hello to HVW owner promoter, Mr. Gary Benfield. Check out High Velocity Wrestling on the social media. I would very much appreciate it. Our big return show is Proving Ground, coming Saturday, June 5, to a streaming service near you. Well, YouTube probably. Maybe Twitch as well. And if you can be there live, it's Fletcher, North Carolina, 646 Concord Road, Fletcher, North Carolina. My producer, Big Nate Dog. Word on the street is that future, well, where'd he go? WWE Hall of Famers Cassie Lee and Jessica McKay are starting a podcast. How threatened are you by this news? I would invite them to be on the show, but there's no chance they do it. And you know what? Good for them. I think I could probably, I don't know if I could stand to hear it. I'd turn the volume way down. How threatened am I? I would dare say they'll get more downloads. If I'm being straight with you. I mean, I'll do all I can to keep up, but it is what it is. No, I have not watched The Dark Side of the Ring. I got to catch up. I don't know if I gotta, but I guess I could. Folks, we will get there. Ricardo, what's up? Hey, Ricardo, thanks for checking in. Listen, folks, again, if you've not hit the thumbs up and the big heart button, if you could make that happen for a brother, I would much appreciate it. That would mean loads to me. Again, it doesn't put any money in Tom's pocket, man, but it would mean loads to me. It just shows me that you guys care. And honestly, it shows the powers that be at the Wrestling Rumors that, hey, people enjoy this guy named Tom. So that would be awesome. If everybody could click that heart and like button, man, it would mean loads to me. And listen, if you guys ever want a message to find people at Wrestling Rumors, here I am soliciting praise. It's so tasteless, isn't it? All right. If you want to message me and tell him Tom's great, you could. Okay, there we go. It's out of the way. Okay, so let's get to the show. I've got one topic to kick off the show this week, and then we're going to get to the SmackDown takeaways. We got a lot to talk about, a lot to cover. Daniel Bryan is reportedly, according to everyone and their brother on the internet, on the Google machine, Daniel Bryan is a free agent. Now, Daniel, every chance he gets, teases, you know how I'd like to wrestle? I'd like to wrestle that guy. Oh, I'd like to wrestle that guy. And I'd like to go over there and wrestle that guy. And see that guy right there? And I'd like to wrestle you too. He's done this before. He's teased things before. We've all gotten all up in arms saying, Daniel Bryan versus Okada. Daniel Bryan versus Ospreay. Daniel Bryan versus Shingo. Daniel Bryan versus Daniel Bryan. And then nothing happens. Nothing happens. He stays. because money talks, pal. I don't know. I guess money talks, but I don't know if that's why he stays. However, wait a minute. Sandy's hyping where are you at? Please follow my and Miss Lopez. Do you guys have a Facebook group together? Have you sent me an invite? Or you guys have two separate groups? If you have a group together, that's the coolest thing I ever heard because I'm a uniter. I'm the great uniter. I'm the organizer. I bring people together. Sandy, that makes me extraordinarily happy. Do you guys have something together? Shut up. Man, that makes me happy. That's the coolest thing ever. Mark's asking for for a button. It's a very important button. I have to stall until I get there. He's asking for a
Cameron Grimes
button because
I'm going to the moon.
one more.
You can kiss my grin.
Good stuff. And Sandy says Sugar Shane's also there. My God, you guys are the best. Have I been sent an invite? And if I haven't, why not? Without me, none of you guys know each other. Even if that's not true, can we all pretend? It would stroke my ego immensely. Okay. Listen, kids, what do we think about Daniel Bryan? Will says Cameron Grimes is awful. Will, you can just get on out. You ain't got to stay here. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get on up out of here. I'm teasing. You don't have to go. But man, I feel bad for you that you... Sandy sent it to me again. Oh, nice. Nice. Look, man, you got everybody asking for invites. I will look through my notifications, Sandy. My apologies for if I haven't accepted. My apologies. I don't think I have. All right. So Phil and I did an episode of the 6M podcast last night. By the way, kids, Tom Clark's 6M podcast focuses on music, movies, Marvel magazines, miniseries, and more. Mind the scratch of the windscreen there, the pop filter on the mic. So, yes. And the episode last night was on Ring of Honor. And so here's what I came up with. I want to see what you guys think about this. Now, listen, this is not backstage news. It's not spoiler alert. I didn't have a contact within the deep, dark inner workings of Ring of Honor to get this headline to bring it to you today. Marty Scurll is no longer with Ring of Honor. It's common knowledge, public knowledge. Okay. There's a stuff with a 16-year-old in the past, and it wasn't too pretty, and he thought it was okay, and they kind of said, it's not okay, it's creepy, get out. So they did. I wish nothing but the best for Marty. And if Marty is guilty of the things he has allegedly done, Marty should get some help. Doesn't mean I want to be his best friend. It also doesn't mean that I want to be his enemy either. I'm just saying if he's screwed up, he should get some help to get himself fixed. His departure from Ring of Honor, here's where I'm going. His departure from Ring of Honor leaves open a massive hole because Scurll was made head booker in early 2019? That position is not filled as far as we know. Daniel Bryan needs a job. Now, I'm not saying you give him the keys to the kingdom, roll out the welcome mat, and pay the man. But if you ask me, I say you give him the keys to the kingdom, roll out the welcome mat, and pay the man. It's Daniel freaking Bryan, baby. You mean to tell me, and Phil made this point on the show last night. Excellent point, by the way. You mean to tell me that all these guys who have been talking about, I'd love to work Daniel Bryan, you mean to tell me they wouldn't try to make that happen if he showed up as head booker of Ring of Honor? He'd be coming home again. Do you know what I mean? Secure position for the most part. Head booker. Dude, are you kidding me? I think that would be a match made in heaven. What do you think? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Jamel, what's up, Jamel in Vegas? The ROH match with Bryan, Rollins, and Omega was so awesome. I just want to see matches like that. Bryan, Rollins, and Omega. Have I seen that? When Rollins was Tyler Black. Have I seen that? I don't think I've seen that. Okay, so here's the deal, Lance. Delirious is still there, but when Scurll was made the head booker in 2019, and going into 2020, everything looked to be okay, but then pandemic happened, and then the Me Too movement came out, and all the details that And it's looking pretty good that he did the stuff that he's been accused of. Okay. I don't know. It wasn't there. Not a cop. Okay. So I know at the time when they gave him the head booker position, Delirious didn't split. It's just that he kind of, I guess, sidestepped because they were extremely high on Marty Skrull. And not only were they extremely high on Marty Skrull, they thought that he had a huge future ahead of him. They were tying their horse to the cart. You see what I'm saying? And it made perfect sense. However, he's not there now. If you need another horse to pull that cart, Daniel Bryan's your horse. Mark says, was Velveteen innocent? Here's the thing, Mark. When's the last time you saw a dream? When's the last time you saw him? And here's the thing: the messages that you've seen online that he supposedly sent, it's him. It's I think it was verified that it was his account. Yikes. Again, I'm not here to pass judgment on people on alleged crimes that I know nothing about. There you go. World of Wrestling. Everybody go check out World of Wrestling Facebook group. Sandy in Germany is the man. You're the man, Sandy. Yeah, this is a big thing. This is a big thing. Tim says, is my podcast on Twitter. I put links up. You can follow me on Twitter at Tom Clark Writes, WRITES, Tom Clark Writes. And I post links occasionally. I don't stream live. I think you can stream live to Twitter through Twitch, I think. Isn't that how it works? I've never tried it before. I actually could give it a shot. The dog is downstairs with its mom. Not its doggy mom. It's mom, not its mom, my wife. There you go. So, we're going to stay up to date on this as much as we can on the Daniel Bryan thing. The most boring thing that could happen is Daniel Bryan stays, yawn. If he does, he does. I enjoy Daniel's work no matter what. We'll see what happens. Ricardo says, I feel Bryan wants to be part-time with his family more, but money talk. You're definitely right. And here's the thing. No one's traveling during the pandemic era right now. Ring of Honor doesn't even have fans back in the building yet. And Ring of Honor, I don't even know where Daniel calls home, to be honest with you. I have no idea. But Ring of Honor is pretty much staying in the same place right now in one spot. So, like, there's no traveling. I mean, he doesn't have to be there all the time, physically be there. I mean, it may be an ideal situation. It may be an ideal situation. Mark says, Daniel Bryan versus Okada or Ospreay would be ridiculous. How about Suzuki? Naito. Dude, for sure. William says Daniel NXT. Yeah, I don't know. Yes, Lance, I heard rumors that it's not the original guys behind Lucha, right? It's someone else trying to bring it back. We'll see what happens. Sandy from Germany. We'll get to the Eva Marie stuff. Much as I don't want to. Let's start with the Blue Brand kids. My 3 SmackDowns, count them, takeaway. Count them, start again. My 3 SmackDown takeaways of the week, count them, 1, 2, 3, crooked pinky and all. Here are my 3 SmackDown takeaways. Oh, the week. Last Friday, the April 30th edition, Oh, the SmackDown. Aleister Black is cutting promos again, everybody. This time he's got a book talking about the Dark Father. Those animation kind of look like the Undertaker. Do you know Darth Vader? The words came from German / Dutch language. I think it's Dutch. For meaning Dark Father, became Darth Vader. So I'm guessing that Aleister Black is the son of Darth Vader, and that he and Luke are half brothers. That's what I'm guessing. Can I be honest with you? It would be a lot more fun than anything else they've ever given this guy to do, which is a whole bunch of nothing. Whole bunch of nothing. Truckloads of nothing. Parking lots full of nothing. Wembley stadiums packed full of a bunch of nothing. Aleister Black's a star. Aleister Black is an excellent worker. He's a great striker. His stuff looks real. It looks believable. When he hits that kick to Black Mass, I'd trust him, but I don't know if I want to take it. I'd be afraid my head would be too far one side or the other, and I'm dead. Because it looks legit. I love this guy. And they're not. They got him cutting promos again. It was exciting the first time it happened. And then it went nowhere. Shannon says Aleister Black should have had a championship by now. I think Aleister should have had a fair shot by now. I don't know. I mean, I agree with you. Mark says is it for sure this time? Is this a 3-month thing or is this a permanent thing? Because I don't want to get teased with it. Then, like it then and then it gets pulled. I'll drink to that. It's coffee. Relax. This moment of beverage enjoyment brought to you by Tom Clark's Main Event. Okay, so I loves me some Aleister Black, yo. Loves him. However, I won't get fooled again. I won't get fooled again. I don't know. Maybe I will. I hope not. I want to see something happen for this guy. I think he's put the time in. I think he's put the work in. I think he's earned it. Is it going to happen? We'll see. Second SmackDown takeaway of the week. How about that Roman Reigns, huh? Roman Reigns done got some new music. What are we thinking about the Roman Reigns music? I'd play for you, but they take down the video because everybody's threatened, aren't they? Tom played a song. Ooh, let's pull it down, pal. You owe us $5,000, pal. It's a song. It's 3 seconds. Just let me know. Okay. Look, man, I'm not trying to make a dime off that. It'd be cool if I could let you hear it. Why don't you just go hear it? Why don't you just go hear it? I saw some praise for it. I did see some praise. People loving the song, saying they love it. It had said it had Shield undertones of the Shield music. I don't know if I hear that or not. Mark says,
Hot garbage.
I'm about to basically break that button in a few minutes. Spoiler alert. Foreshadowing. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not crazy happy with it. I don't have to be, I don't suppose, but I'm not crazy happy with it. It is what it is. I think it's about time, don't you think? Third SmackDown takeaway of the week. By the way, can we flip back for a sec? Let's talk about how Roman and Bryan have the best matches. I don't care if you don't like Bryan. Can you just admit to me that Roman and Bryan have the best matches? And then we'll move on to the next point. Because, man, I'm telling you. The dog is downstairs, Sandy, with the wife. They have the best matches. I could watch these guys work all the time. I'd be perfectly fine if Bryan wrestled this guy every week for the next month. That's a feud I wouldn't get tired of. I'd never get tired of it. I think the point could be made during the course of TV that even as good as Roman is, as dominant as Roman Reigns is, that at some point Daniel's going to win that belt because, and I know it's not. I get it, and if I beat you, you're done. I get it. No, I know storyline. I got it. Don't anybody try to correct me. I totally get it. I'm saying in the grand scheme of things, a great point to have been made maybe was that, you might beat me. You might beat me a couple of times, but eventually I'm going to wear you down and you won't be able to find an answer for me because every time you counter, I find a counter to your counter. And the next time we wrestle, I'll be better and I'll have more figured out than I did the last time we faced each other because that's kind of how he works. I know we're probably done. And by the way, they've moved Bryan's information on WWE.com to the alumni page. Does anybody know that? There you go. All right. So let's get on to what I was going to get on with before. Apollo Crews and Commander Aziz. How are we feeling about this particular angle? How do we feel about it? I love it. It's growing on me exponentially every week. I really want to like Apollo, and I still like him. The whole, African thing and the whole, King T'Challa stuff and Black Panther, it took a while. It's okay. I didn't think it was a death sentence when it happened, to be honest with you. I didn't think it was death sentence when it happened. But hold on, the boy just texted me. He's been calling me like crazy. He didn't know I went later today for an hour later. Mark, yeah, I get it. The accent isn't like the accent isn't, I mean, it's still new, but honestly, I kind of felt that way the first week he did it was, oh my God, stop texting me, son. Good Lord. Sorry guys. Yeah, it's my bad. He's at the neighbor's kid's house right now. There you go. The kid's neighbor's house. He's with the kid. The neighbor's kid. Something like that. Shannon said, tell the boy we say hi. I will definitely do that. Sandy says, I like to see Omos to join Apollo and Aziz because Omos is also from Nigeria. Oh, Sandy. I really love that. Sandy in Germany. Sandy from Germany. Sandy from who also happens to be in Germany. I don't know, Alicia. It wasn't Kofi trying to do Jamaican at that time. And to me, Apollo it sounds like T'Challa from Black Panther. I'm okay with it. I'm not going to lose sleep over it, kids. I just don't want to lose sleep over it. I want to give the guy his due. I want to give him a shot. I think he's getting more comfortable in the character than he was before. So I'm totally fine with it. It takes some getting used to. You hear the wind howling. The wind is crazy in the state of North Carolina today. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But so far, I'm happy with it. Let's get to the red brand because you all know you want to. 3 Raw takeaways owed a week. Here's the one everybody's been talking about.
Hot garbage.
Eva Marie's back.
What?
Eva Marie is back.
What?
I know.
Hot garbage. What? Hot garbage. What?
I'm just going to keep doing that. People are going to randomly tune in and go, what's this? For those of you who weren't fans or maybe weren't watching the product or maybe weren't paying attention when Eva Marie was there. Listen, let me just fill you in on what you missed by not seeing Eva Marie the first time.
Hot garbage.
You know how I always say no disrespect intended? And this is going to be a shock for you. This is going to be a shock for you, but get ready. I don't mean any disrespect this time either. Now, if Eva Marie were watching this, she'd go, who's this clown saying hot garbage? This is directed at Eva Marie, the character. It's not directed at the woman behind character. Please, everybody know that. If I've never made that clear before today, please understand I never make anything personal because I have no reason to. Okay? This is not the person behind the character. I was never impressed with the Eva Marie character. I didn't think the person behind the character could work all that well. Notice I didn't say she's a piece of crap and she get off my TV and I hate her. I just said I wasn't a fan of her in the ring. Having said all of that, for all we know, she's going to show up on Raw and dazzle us with her fancy pro wrestling skills. I know I about chuckled when I said that. Listen, it could happen. I flash back to the story that I use. It's a tried and true observation, tried and true story that I do every time. Candice Michelle. Everybody remember Candice Michelle? Candice Michelle at one time was, to put it bluntly,
hot garbage.
She was. That's the truth. She was wretched. She was a dumpster fire. Not the person behind the gimmick. The gimmick. The person behind the gimmick couldn't work her way out of a paper bag. Okay? Now, a funny thing happened on the way to mediocrity. Candice Michelle learned how to work. Go back and watch some Candice Michelle matches. Not the beginning. You will not like me for it if you watch from the beginning. Okay. But at the end, toward the tail end of it, you'll be saying one thing about Candice Michelle.
Woo!
And that's not just because she was nice to look at. She got very good. And this is the truth. Now, I love using that story for an example. I love sharing that because of this. Eva Marie, I'm going to do it. It's my button. It's my show. Eva Marie, every time we've seen her before, has been, to put it bluntly,
Hot garbage.
But for all we know, she's going to hit Monday Night Raw, dazzle us with her fancy pro wrestling skills, and then suddenly we're going to go, What? Did she do a Hurricane Rana? Did she do a Hurricane Rana off the top and land on her feet? Listen, if you think it's impossible, think again, kids. Anything's possible. However, here's the caveat. If I'm wrong, we're probably going to call her out on it. More importantly, we're going to call out that company on it. You want to know why? Because they let go of a whole bunch of people, including Mickey James. And they made room. Slid her right in. They made room for Eva Marie, pal. We shall see. We shall see. Lance says, still mad they got rid of Mickey and brought her back. Yeah. Mickey's doing the PR thing on her social media and saying, there's places for everybody. And good on her. Mickey's a professional. She's professional. I'm not sure where Sasha is, Ray. Not really sure. Jamel says, having eye candy who can't wrestle on my screen is disrespectful to my daughters, one of which watches wrestling with me. Is Jamel right? In your opinion, do you feel that way as well? I completely respect where Jamel's coming from. 100%. I always have. I could counter only with, this is WWE and you know what you're getting into when you watch their product. Now, I'm not excusing them. I'm not saying that you're wrong. All I'm saying is we kind of know they have a really poor track record of doing the right thing when it comes to the men, much less the women. I'm not disputing your point. I think you make a valid point. Let's move on, kids. Second Raw takeaway of the week, Mansoor. How do we feel about Mansoor getting a shot on the red brand? How are we all feeling about that one? From out of nowhere, it came. Yeah. So we'll see. The whole thing with Sheamus felt clunky and felt weird. And Humberto Carrillo just kind of came back in out of nowhere. You're like, what? Raw needs that company. Okay. Could use some fresh blood, some fresh faces on the main roster shows. Now, here's the issue. Whenever they get fresh blood / fresh faces on the main roster shows, they tend to screw them up. But listen, points were made on this past week's social media through various different podcasts and various different columns that the Mansoor is like the prince's favorite. Let me tell you what I care about the Prince of Saudi Arabia. I don't give a parking lot full of whale vomit what the Prince of Saudi Arabia likes or what he wants. No blood money's touching this guy's wallet. Believe that. And if he tried, you could just have it back because I don't want it. Okay. I got feelings on the Saudi Arabia stuff. I got feelings. Okay. Bunches of them. Jamal Khashoggi was murdered in cold blood. Go look it up, kids. Look it up. Okay. Eric, what's up, man? I haven't seen you in a blue moon. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Yeah, go look it up. FBI established a link between his murder and the Prince of Saudi Arabia. Yeah, go look it up. Blood money, my friends. Blood money. Jamil says, I didn't mind, but like you said, that company has a track record of doing the wrong. Yes, sir. I agree. Mark says he's a huge investor in the company. Whatever they say over there goes. That's why the Fiend lost and Goldberg won. You're probably right. Sandy says perfect heel. Yeah. Real life heel. The worst kind of heel because it's real. Okay? The worst kind. Because he really is. He's probably really a jerk. On top of being a lot of other things. By the way, if any of the Prince's guys are watching this show, these are all just opinions. If you're going to do that to a respected journalist in your own country, what you going to do to the white guy sitting in his office in North Carolina? Yikes. That was fun, huh? Listen, I will give Mansoor a shot. He deserves a chance. If he falls, he falls. It's whatever to me. I think he's got a tremendous future if it's handled correctly. What else may have a tremendous future? What about RK Bro? I said from day one, if I said anything to you guys, I said one thing about Riddle. What was it?
Hot garbage.
Not Matt Riddle, the guy. Not Matt Riddle, the husband and loving father. Matt Riddle, the character, in my opinion, especially over the past 6 months, has been, in 2 words,
hot garbage.
Told you I'm going to break that freaking button. Yeah. Oh, you know what you could do? Like I could get you a scooter and we could, oh my God, shut up. Having said that, I have a confession to make. You know how I've been bagging on the Riddle character for how long now? You know how I've been bagging on the Fiend character versus Randy Orton's character all this time? Confession time. Pro Wrestling Confessional starring Tom Clark. I actually kind of really like this. Don't anybody laugh at me. I really kind of like it. I know. It's crazy.
What?
I know. I really kind of like it. You know what else I think?
It doesn't matter what you think.
Was that a reach? Was that just me reaching for the button? Here's what I think. I want to see what happens. I think Riddle on his own as a pothead moron. He's Fast Times at Ridgemont High nonsense. I think him by himself is horrible. But something very cool happens when you take a joke of a gimmick or a joke of a character and put it next to a straight man. If there was ever a straight man in the history of the business of pro wrestling, it's Randy by God Orton. Okay, so I actually kind of like this. Alicia kind of echoes what I'm saying. I'm just over the whole stoner thing, but Randy is getting him someone to work off of. Yeah, Randy is the straight man. And supposedly, the company loves it, pal. So, don't be surprised when they beat AJ and Omos for the tag team championships. You heard it here first. Maybe not first, but you heard it here. I feel that that's probably what's going to happen. Jamel says, I felt that way about Truth and the 24 365 Interstate 95 Championship in Arcade Bro. I'm entertained. The 24 365 I-95. Yeah. Oh my God. I love Truth. I love Truth so much. I just want to see Truth and Riddle in a backstage segment because I think that could be I think they should cut to a backstage segment of them from the beginning of Raw to the end of Raw. And I think that would be utterly hilarious. They just keep cutting back to a segment of like a conversation where they're still talking. And like Matt actually misses his match because he's still talking to Truth. I would love that. I love Truth, man. Truth could take a certain substance excreted from a chicken and transform it to produce some mighty delicious chicken salad. So, I love Truth. Dude, if you don't like Truth, there's something wrong with you. You're dead inside. Don't be dead inside. Love our Truth. Sugar Shane says, what I think is funny is Riddle riding a scooter wearing Evil Knievel jump. You know what? Yeah, it's funny now. Maybe it was funny to some people before, but I wasn't here for it. I'm kind of here for it now. I got to be honest. Let's talk about ratings. This week, a SmackDown 1.923 compared to last week's 2.042, down just a scoosh. This week's Raw 1.87, up just a scoosh from 1.774 million last week. Let's get to some AEW and some NXT. Let's talk about blood and guts, pal. What do they think they're doing? They better not call it War Games. So the whole thing about the War Games thing was that Cody couldn't get his hands on it because MLW has War Games separated, the words War Games. And WWE couldn't fight that. But WWE instead copyrighted the words War Games combined. I think that's how that worked. And for all I know, the MLW part of this could be out. We'll see. But at one time, that's how it was going. How did you guys feel about Blood and Guts? What did you think about the match? Everyone's talking about the ending, and I totally get it. Jamil just said it was so good until the ending. The ending felt very weird. If you've got Jericho, and Jericho's on his feet, and you're saying, I'll push him off unless you surrender, Jericho's on his feet. It was kind of weird. You know what would have been better, in my opinion? Listen to me, armchair quarterback in this whole thing. We all do it, don't we? So maybe if Jericho had been handcuffed, unable to defend himself, on his knees on top of the cage, and MJF says, look at, maybe he would have been up there with Swagger or somebody else, and they've got him. There's no way down except to be thrown down. There's no way out of this except for him to be hurled from the top. You see what I'm saying? But Jericho's on his feet. So how do you threaten? I don't know. He's a pro. He's a veteran. He's been around forever. He's the consummate opportunist, the ultimate opportunist, more than Edge or anyone else. Wouldn't he be the guy to find a way out of that? From a real world perspective, if you got him on his feet, he's dangerous, right? That was my takeaway. Not about the spot. Everybody talking about, well, it was a crash pad, Tom. Jericho's 50. And even if he were 20, you want someone to fall on the stage and kill himself? Is that what we're here for? I want to see someone's spine pop out their throat, man. That's what I want to see. I want to see blood. I want to see real guts, and I want to see murder. Come on. What? Shut up. People comparing this to the Matt Hardy thing. Matt Hardy, spoiler alert, wasn't supposed to land on the concrete. They had it planned for him to go through the table. Now, was that a dumb spot? You betcha. It was even dumber because they missed. They misjudged the distance. He missed. True story, okay? But you would rather that have happened than Jericho to be landing on a safe, by the way, the same bump that Shane McMahon's took off the side of the Titantron, the same thing that a bunch of the guys in WWE's took, and everybody's okay with that, but you're going to give Chris Jericho grief for not being dead today? Come on, man. Come on. What are we doing? What are we talking about? People get so bent out of shape. Man. Jamel, there was a lot of bleeding in the main event. However, Cody, as far as I could tell when it happened, was unintentional. I'm going to stick to that. That's what I saw. It was unintentional. Thank you, Cam. Cam says W uses crash pads too. No, well, I feel you, dude. A lot of people aren't, I'm not going to get political with you. I try not to do that here on the show. The crew can tell you I've done it before. I don't care for Jericho's politics. I'll say that. I don't care for it. He's got some weird theories and stuff. And if you ever listen to his podcast, he gives a platform to people with some very bizarre stuff. It's his show, whatever. I don't have to agree with it. I listen to his podcast when he has wrestlers on. Chris says, great match. I enjoyed the match. I think it was fine. I think it was good. It was entertaining. Lance says, care about the wrestler's safety, but still disappointed the finale of Omega versus Moxley. I've let that go, Lance. I agree with you, but I've let it go. To me, what matters the most is that he and Kingston covered it 2 nights later. They absolutely covered it, and they fixed that. They covered it, and I was perfectly fine with that. Yeah, Tim points out Inner Circle wearing a black gear, and the Pinnacle all had white gear. That was a nice touch. Nice touch. Let's talk about another person who is lucky that we're all lucky he's not dead. Darby Allin. The minute that they're on top of the joint on Wednesday Dynamite, Blood and Guts, I was tweeting, I think it was on my phone. It might have been laptop. I was on my phone, right? And I said, Darby being this high up makes me nervous. In fact, why don't I just look it up for you? Since I'm here talking about it. By the way, if you don't follow me on the Twitter machine, it's at Tom Clark Writes, WRITES. I've been thinking about changing my handle. Hold on, kids. I'll find it. This moment of silence and clicking comes to you via the good people at Tom Clark's main event. Here was my tweet. Darby being that high up makes me nervous. Well, guess what? My fears were realized. My fears were realized when. There it is. I'll show you the tweet. This is my tweet. Let's see him take this down, huh? Let's see him take this down. Try it. Try it. Don't try it. Please don't take my tweet down. Yeah, dude. Darby being that high up makes me nervous. Careful. And then the second I was done tweeting that, he hurls himself down the flight of steps. And I said, as soon as I tweeted this, boom. There you go. Yeah. So, craziness, man. Yeah, Victor, yeah, he tweeted out that he hurt his shoulder. Darby Allin is a young Jeff Hardy on steroids. And that's the truth. Crazy. Shannon says, can we talk about how awesome Sammy Guevara was? That Spanish fly off the ropes was, oh my God. That was so good. Shannon, thank you so much for bringing that up. That was stellar. A stellar performance from Sammy. Every time Sammy gets in the ring, he proves to everybody why he is indeed the future of that company. We're going to be talking about MJF versus Sammy for the AEW World Championship 5 years from now, maybe sooner. Sammy's the real deal. MJF is too, obviously, but Sammy's the real deal. I love that guy. So good. So good. Cherie says, my oldest daughter was watching the Darby Allin while we were waiting for our food at my 45th birthday dinner. Thank God for the HD TV app. Such an awesome match. It was enjoyable. I enjoyed it as well. Tom Clark Writes, WRITES, at Tom Clark Writes, WRITES. I assure you I'm there. I assure you I'm there, Sandy, in Germany. Do you hear the wind? It's insane, the wind. Insanity. Yeah. It's summertime, pal. Sure it is. Whatever you say, man. There I is. My God in heaven. See? WRITES. Tom Clark Writes. There I be. I got a tweet from Chuck D on here. Oh, if I show that, they'll take it down. Watch. All right, now get off where I get hit for a copyright claim. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you what I saw. That Tom Clark guy is up to no good. It was 0.2 seconds, for God's sake. Don't take the freaking stream down. Relax. I got no money off that. You know what I mean? I could totally get it if I'm making bank off of it, but I'm not making bank off this. Alicia just followed me. Alicia followed back. See how cool that and how fun that was? Uh-huh. All of you should be so lucky. Okay, so everyone go give Shannon and Larissa a follow as well. Let's all just be friends, man. Why can't we all just get along? Let's get to the next thing. John Moxley. I love that. John Moxley versus Yuji Nagata. Okay, so for the first time in history, a New Japan Pro Wrestling contracted performer is going to face an AEW contracted performer in an AEW ring, right? Yes, because Kenta showed up, but they just brawled, right? Was it? Wait, did they have a tag match? Yes, they did. My apologies. My apologies. First time in a singles match. How's about that? Because Kenta did tag with Omega against, was it Moxley and Kingston? I think. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. But how do we feel about this? First of all, it's going to be a really, really good match. Second, you kind of feel like maybe someone's going to come out and screw John out of the United States Championship. I think Nagata's getting up with this belt. Of course, I said the same thing about Kenta. Shannon says, does Darby lose title Wednesday to Miro? I think he does. In my opinion, I think that you're right. I think he does. However, I've been wrong before a couple of times. I might be wrong now. Just to let you know. For anybody still watching the show, thanks for tuning in. My name is Tom Clark. What's up? This is my main event. Bam! There you go. Since 2014, the standard of pro wrestling podcast. And I was getting the Ring of Honor intro in my head. So yeah. If you have not hit the like/heart button for the show, please do so. I would thoroughly enjoy that. Thank you very much, and I appreciate it. Yes, Sandy, I will surely join your group. Lance brings up the point, first time in NJPW title on the line on AEW TV. Yes, absolutely right. Moxley versus Nagata this coming Wednesday on Dynamite. Don't miss it. Coffee. Yummy. So we'll see what happens. Let's talk about something else from Dynamite. Kenny Omega being Kenny Omega. A Kenny Omega promo without Don Callis is... If Kenny's your cup of tea, then you're happy with this, okay? But the thing between him and Darby took like an hour and a half, and yikes, okay? Not Darby, excuse me, Orange Cassidy. Took like an hour and a half. By the way, what is the fascination with taking the mic out of Shivani's hand? And Tony's always like, I love that Tony stayed. Like Kenny tried to excuse him and Tony just stuck around. What would have been great if Kenny would have, or like he tried to walk off and Orange just put his arm back around and said, like you're coming back here. Let the man do his job. You didn't see anybody back in the day taking the mic out of Bob Caudle's hand. Want to know why? It's just not how you did it. The guy's job is to interview you. You just let him do it. How many times have you ever seen NBA where someone just takes the mic out of the guy's hand and says, I'm going to talk to the people? Try never. Let the guy do his job, man. It's kayfabe job. Let him do it. Shut up. Weird. Anyways, I make gigantic mountains out of molehills, my friends. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Mark says Moose beats Omega and takes the Impact title off of him. Could very well be. Sandy talking about his Moxley return to WWE. You read it online. Sandy, I read online that the Earth's flat and that COVID's not real and that President Biden is the devil. Doesn't mean I believe all that stuff. And Sandy, I'm not making fun of you. I'm just saying. John has left the door open recently. I don't know why in the world John Moxley would ever want to go back to that company, considering the way things unfolded when he left. Now, I cannot and will not speak for a man that I'm not the mouthpiece for. When I especially don't even know him personally. It's his life, his career. He can go with God. Whatever he wants to do is fine. As an analyst, as a guy sitting back from a distance, I would tell you I'd be shocked to ever see him go back to WWE. Elvis says, happy Mother's Day to your mom and wife. Elvis, thank you much. And to you and yours as well. To yours and yours as well. There you go. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Very cool. At least Alicia says she's over the whole AEW Impact thing. I've heard people talk about what kind of shape it's gonna leave Impact in. I just don't know why people are so bent out of shape over that. Impact was doing, I don't want to say nothing. They had not much more exposure than they have now. If their ratings pick up in the slightest, if they pick up any new fans because of this who stay with that company and continue to watch on Thursdays when AEW is done doing business with them, this is a good move. It's a good thing. I get that it gets tiresome. I totally get it. However, I do think that there's some positive things to be said there. I've heard about the retro SmackDown, Elvis. We'll see what happens. Let's talk about some NXT kids because, once again, I think this is the second time he's bumped into Ted DiBiase. We got to talk about one guy in particular, kids. Who are we going to talk about?
Cameron Grimes.
Yep. Because he bumped into Million Dollar Man Ted DiBiase. Again, second time, right? And, I love Cameron. I just love Cameron Grimes. He's just, God. And, if you don't love Cameron Grimes.
You can kiss my grin.
I'm just saying. Will doesn't love him. Will, you can kiss his grits. I had some grits 2 nights ago. I love grits. I'm not going to lie. I enjoy some grits. I've lost all this weight, but I still enjoy me some grits with butter and cheese and salt and pepper. It's like the worst thing I eat now. If you don't eat anything bad at all, then you're evidently not eating at all. That didn't come out right. Yes, everyone knows where Cameron Grimes is going. Where's Cameron Grimes going?
I'm going to the moon.
If you want a more PC photo of Kiss My Grits, check this out.
You can kiss my grin.
But I liked it better with him looking like this.
You can kiss my grin.
That's the photo right there. You in like some swimming trunks or like some pro wrestling tights by the pool with a top hat on, flashing money. That's the photo opportunity of the year, of the decade, man. Are you kidding me? Yes. Who said grits taste like sand? Mark. Boo, Mark. You haven't had them. So every time you've ever noticed this, I hate that food. Why? It tastes like crap. You haven't had the way I cook it. That's always the comeback. Is I get ready to say it to you. You haven't had grits the way I cook. Listen. My great grandmother down south, we affectionately refer to her as Granny. My granny would make grits, and big bowl of sand. Loved her to death. Big bowl of sand. Big bowl of gravel sometimes even. Yikes. But I think I make them pretty good. Sandy says at first he hated Cameron Grimes. Blasphemy. But then he grew on you like a fungus. Cameron Grimes is nothing if not a big, not fat fungus. If not a bit, there it is. Jamil says not with butter and sugar, salt and pepper. No sugar in my grits, Jamil. I can't have it. I'm not having it. I had this debate. Everyone knows Chris Featherstone, right? Go check out Pancakes and Power Slams. That dude he's always on point. Chris is the man. Dr. Featherstone, if you will. We had this debate because he put sugar in his grits, and we debated this. I'm like, this blasphemy to end all this. You got to be kidding me right now. This is what? No, there's nothing about this is right. I'm telling you right now, nothing about this is right. And Sandy with the comeback of the year, what are grits? Sandy, you're awesome. Sandy legit doesn't know. Sandy, look it up. Look up Quaker grits. Grits. They're delicious. Mark says, I saw him first at Trevor Lee and liked him. Then it wasn't hard for me to adjust to Cameron Grimes' character. I agree with that. No, Sandy, I'm teasing. Go look it up. They're delicious. I'm just letting you know. I have not, dude, Ray, I got to go watch the interview. I've been absorbing the pro wrestling stuff this week in bits and pieces. I'm going to have to go back and watch that. Do I put sugar in spaghetti? Ooh, no. Jamel, my God in heaven. Shit, what? What is this black magic you speak of? This is insane. Sugar and spaghetti? No. So at one time, this is open floor questions. Jamel, don't go anywhere. We'll hit some more food. But real quick, at any given time, I would put ketchup on scrambled eggs. And then after I got out of that phase, I started putting mustard on scrambled eggs. That's the truth, yeah. My God. Isn't that weird? Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell are the new tag team champions. Candice LeRae finally got herself a belt in NXT. It's about time, right? I really enjoyed this match. I thoroughly enjoyed this match. Ember Moon, Shotzi Blackheart go down for the count against Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. I thoroughly enjoyed this match. The women brought it. They delivered. It was a very hard fought match. There it is. Very well done on every level. I thoroughly enjoyed this match. I was glad to see them win. I was glad to see her get a title around her waist. Mark's chiming in about the food. Sandy says we have grits in red. And you have red grits? Shut up. How? Legit? I got to look that up. Shannon's getting us back on point. Thank you, Shannon. Long overdue. Candice is so good. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Very, very good. Very good. Ray, you're my man, Ray. There you go, brother. Yeah, she's very good. We're getting ready to wrap it up here, kids. A few more things that we're going to be out. How's about the Leon Ruff versus try it again. How about the Leon Ruff versus Isaiah Swerve Scott match? Falls Count Anywhere. Talk about bringing it and just about freaking killing each other in the process. At least it looked that way. This match was on point. Dude, NXT had some good stuff this week. Really good stuff. The final analysis, Raw was, again, hard to watch most of it. SmackDown wasn't bad. NXT was pretty good. AEW was pretty good. That's where I stand on all the programming this week. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this match for sure. Mark says, what's going on with this Indy and Dexter Lumis storyline? Hopefully nowhere quick. Hopefully nowhere quick, because I hate it. Ricardo says, my nephew put sugar on. Dude, I've never been a collard greens fan. I just can't do it. Ugh, can't do it. Yikes. Yikes. Ray says NXT was great because of King Cole. Shannon said NXT was the best show this week. Well, there you go. There you go. And how about this to wrap it up? Kyle O'Reilly facing down Karrion Kross. They're going to commit to this Kyle O'Reilly thing, kids. This cool Kyle nonsense. With the clothes and the hat and the face and the beard. Yeah, I don't know. You're right, Tim. I do need some AEW buttons, man. I've only got one AEW button that I know of. And it's Sting! That's the only AEW button I got. I got to get me another one. I'll just get an Orange Cassidy button where he's just doing that. There'll be no sound. Ray, are you still here? Ray Dean? This is for you, Ray. There you go. Jamel says, after watching AEW on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, it's hard to watch WWE. Wow, I didn't think about that. They are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You're totally right. Boy, if you're an AEW fan, you're getting your... Think about this. If they have like a Saturday event, even a Sunday event, you're getting Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You're getting 4 days straight of AEW. It's pretty good stuff. Ray, you're always welcome, my friend. All right, kids, let's talk about ratings. Then we'll open the floor up. This week, AEW back up again at 1.02 million compared to last week's 889,000. NXT is up just a scooch at 761,000 from last week's 744. Both shows took a nosedive last week due to the presidential address. AEW is back with a vengeance, and for the first time ever, AEW was number one in cable on Wednesday night for the first time ever. Now, they had a big show. They had blood and guts. But here's my question. If the first 2 weeks on unopposed without running against NXT, if the first 2 weeks were over 1 million, and they were, Week 3 was a presidential address. They fell that far under 900,000. This week they're back up. If next week they break 1 million again, can we say possibly, potentially, that they could start averaging 1 million plus per week? If they do, that's a good thing, not just for that company, but for all of us, okay? And for the talent that work in said company and companies. Because the more successful pro wrestling promotions you have, the better it is for everybody. If you don't know, now you know. Christian's old tagline, he ain't using it. I'm going to steal it all day. Saying. I'm just saying. Sandy's still hitting the thumbs up button. Sandy, you're the man, dude. You are the freaking man. Yes, Shane, we want all promotions to do well. All right, kids, guess what? Open the floor wide up, baby. Open it up, let it swallow you whole. All right, let's do this. Open the floor. What do you guys got for me? I'm going to sit back. My back hurts from sitting up that much. I had some stuff going on this morning, which is why the show was an hour behind, so my apologies. You guys know most of the time we go live at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. Jamel says, I'm ready for a tag team to start collecting gold like Omega. It could happen. I'd be down with that. I love the idea. The floor's open, kids. What do you got for me before we call it a day and get to our weekend? What do you got for me? I see you, Shannon. Where'd you go, Shannon? There he is, Shannon. Vacation was good. We went to Tennessee. And, Tennessee is, is what it is. A whole bunch of people no mask on because science is stupid. So we knew that going in. We kept our masks on. The Clark family, we Warriors 3, kept our masks on the entire time. We stayed as distant as we possibly could. And the town was not as jam-packed as I expected. It wasn't, to be honest. Our hotel was not full. You know that it's full when you get up in the mornings, you go downstairs for the breakfast, you come back and you decide to go out for the day, and you come back and there's no parking spaces at like 6 o'clock. That tells you something, right? No, that never happened. We had our parking space like 3 days straight, just about. It's crazy. No extra cars there at all. So thank you. I enjoyed it. We're going to have another one in June, by the way. Yes, Sandy, I have gotten both vaccinations and I feel healthy, pal. Mark says Ospreay versus Okada should be off the rails. I cannot wait for this match to happen. Elvis is throwing math at me. Don't make me do that. 12 times 12 is 144. 12 times 12 is 144. I'm not doing math. Open floor except for math. Ray Dean says Ice Keeper Red Man and thoughts on Mayweather versus Logan Paul. Red Man, I hope Mayweather knocks his teeth down his throat. You asked, I told. Know how I say it's never personal? Not personal with this Logan Paul kid either. I'm just not a fan. I think we've seen what kind of person this kid is. I think he's shown the world more than one time, and I'm not a fan of it. I'm just saying. He doesn't care, and I don't care that he doesn't care. Perfectly fine. Andrade versus Omega for the AAA Championship. Yes, sir, Vic. Andrade has made the challenge. Tim says, where'd you go, Tim? There you is. There you be. Bring him back. I heard double or nothing with full capacity. I have heard the same thing as well. It is outdoor. Daily Plaza, right? We'll see what happens. No CM Punk news, Sandy. Somebody pitched to him on Twitter recently something about if one of these companies were to offer you a backstage producer role, it's creative or something, would you take it or something to that effect? And he just said, I'd listen. And so every website within shouting distance said, CM Punk says he listened to an offer from somebody. He might be coming back. What do you think about CM Punk coming back? I was in the grind of writing pro wrestling columns for 10 years. I don't do it full time anymore. I got life, man. I'm still a writer at heart. I really am a writer at heart. However, I'm just not in the grind anymore. But I was that guy searching Twitter for headlines, potential headlines. And I'm like, this is not a headline. It's not a story. Last week, Foley suggested to Vince McMahon via Twitter and tagged Vince also and tagged WWE, I think, that the women deserve their own show. That made headlines. Mick Foley says Vince McMahon should. I don't know. Not everything's a story, kids. Not everything's a headline. Not everything means anything. Not everything means everything. Sometimes it means nothing. Spoiler alert. Did you watch the first Blood and Guts from 87 in Atlanta, Tom Clark? You mean the first War Games? Yes. I'm a major fan of the NWA. I grew up Jim Crockett Promotions. This is Crockett country I'm living in, baby. Believe that. Okay. I'm a massive JCP fan for sure. Sheree says, everyone make sure to tell every mother out there about Mother's Day. Going to make fresh green beans, ham, and red potatoes. Sheree, sounds good. Happy Mother's Day to you as well. That's right. Shannon did change her Twitter handle to Soundbite Shannon because Shannon's awesome. That's my kid. I knew it was my kid. Yeah, I got to go take my kid to get his allergy shot. Sandy, I will tell my son hi. I will tell him for sure. Who should be the first ever Queen of the Ring and why should it be Bayley? Yes and yes. I love the idea of the Queen of the Ring. I love it. Love it. All right, one more. Let's get out of here. Make it good, kids. Somebody give me something. Give me something good. Tell me something good. I butchered that, didn't I? Miro versus Darby now next week. Yes, sir. I think Miro takes the title. Could be wrong. I think they're going to give Darby a built-in reason why he's going to lose the belt. I think I'd be okay with that. Don't know when Jimmy Uso is back, Sandy. Who should beat Belair for the title? Hopefully nobody for a good long time, Mark. I don't want to see it. I'd like to have her hold it for a while. Shannon, same to you, my friend. Thank you as always for watching. Kids, I think on that note, we're going to end the show today. There it is. Listen, guys, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do always appreciate your business. We enjoyed our week off on vacation, but we love getting back in front of you again. Thank you for following. Thank you for keeping up with the show. Thank you for supporting yours truly. It means loads to me. Please follow Tom Clark's 6M podcast. It would mean loads to me if you subscribed and downloaded, and follow the page on the Facebook. That would mean loads to me as well. Tom Clark's 6M podcast. Thank you. And very much. And thank you. And I appreciate it. I don't know where I'm going with that. Tom Clark writes, WRITS, on the Twitter machine. I'm also on the Twitch, Facebook, as you know, and Instagram. And Victor says, you hear this, Sandy? Vic's my number one listener, Sandy. Come on now. You two have to duke it out, baby. You better look out, Vic. Sandy's got those mad German MMA skills. He'll drop kick you in the next week. I'm going to trash talk for you, Sandy. Just kidding. Yeah. Everyone go follow World of Wrestling, says Sandy. Please and thank you. Sandy from Germany. I'm going to put it up there for you. How's about that, baby? Ray, thank you, my friend. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I've been called a mother before. We won't get into that. So, all right, kids. Thanks again. Everybody have a great weekend. We will see you 1 week from today. 1 week from today. Phil Lindsay's back on the pod and perhaps more guests. If I can get Troy Grant and James Luft, we're going to do our best to make it happen next Friday. So that's it for us, guys. We appreciate it. Thanks again for watching, kids. Everybody have a great weekend. Tom Clark's Main Event.